Oh, so by the looks of things, there's two. Hey, joke. Oh, it is on. I'm just going to get my beautiful slippers. Oh, my days. Only I could do some dumb shit like that. Only I could do some shit like that. Put the egg in there. Here. Put the egg in and not even turn the bitch on. It's literally like a reoccurring theme for me. Damn, I know I gotta do. Yeah. Perfect. You know what's funny? Is the dirtiest souls and the evilest doers always have a lot to say about others. You know the way they love to deflect? They like to deflect so that no one takes a look at them. Because you know, there would have been instances where they might have said something or did something that had your spidey senses peaking. Just because you need to see people for exactly who they are. Not blindly through the eyes of your own perception of them. Because that way, you're going to get played every time. You will be played every single time. Let's change it up a little bit. Just a little bit. I need a little bit. Respect. Just a little bit. Because clearly these are people that don't even respect themselves. So they want everybody to be as unhinged and as loose as them and as reckless. But collective, their reckless actions and their reckless decisions, that's what they chose their free will to do. So And you know, Spirit will say to you blatantly, no good deed goes unpunished. Even if it is your own karmic family members, it is what it is. Actually, I might just near my egg on mine. I went out in the rain. I got a little bit wet. So, you got people out here trying to curse you, yeah? Very cowardly. Still hiding behind their fake accounts. The same way they took out those that wanted to speak up. If they haven't already, they should reinvestigate certain deaths. Definitely deaths that happened in the last, since when? 1994 and 1995. Between 1994 and 1996. Definitely. They need to look at those deaths in certain individuals' bloodline. Yeah. Or take a look at documents filed. You may be surprised at what comes out. So there. MK Ultra Mind Control doesn't work. I need to burn out these Judases. And now let's do this. Just lighting a bit of Palo Santos. I've literally been trying out my new this feels a bit weird, but yeah. Put that there. Got to keep track of time. What's the time? 8 o'clock. Just a little just a cookie. Metaphorically, not physically. That didn't sound right, did it? Just yeah, this is just a quick one. Just a quick one. So I need to go and file some reports regarding certain criminal individuals. Let's see what's going on. And I don't usually like walking in the rain. Like being touched by the heavenly realms. So yeah. I purchased this as well. I don't know why. For those of you that maybe vaped. So they try to bring some type of heartbreak or turmoil. Possibly even stop the heart of somebody in high priestess energy. That wasn't very wise, I don't think. It wasn't a very good idea. But hey. So I sense that the ending from now to the end of this year is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. What else needs to be seen? Pull upon the sword of Archangel Michael. The clear, precise, accurate messages. Anything wrong with the highest more white light. I ask that you evoke access and return it to where it came from. Period. I also call upon my ancestors to protect me as I pull the energy. I ask that you shield me from any evil eye projections, negativity, black magic, even throat chakra attacks. I know these people like to do a lot of that when you're doing the live. This is why they stalk you so relentlessly. The silly thing is, once you have a better understanding how energy works, you can utilize it for your benefit. Return the entity and the intent, but keep the energy for yourself. Unless you're guided to return it. So let's see what's in here. And some of you are making some really good connections. but relax a bit more is what I want to say. Even though, of course, have discernment and your boundaries and all that malarkey, innit? But you can enjoy more, you know? Celebrate the present, if that makes any sense. Or remain in the present. The spirit team, the Most High, your ancestors got everything covered. It will be a parent break soon anyway. It is what it is. Has anybody else noticed this year when you touch on certain subjects or you speak on certain things, it's kind of hard because it's like if you say the wrong thing, they'll lock off your life. With no warning, you'll be chatting and all of a sudden you're like, huh? And I'm talking like not just take you out the live, literally take you out the app. So you'll be seeing icons like, yeah. Has that happened to anybody? That's happened to me a few times. So I know I'm hitting the nail on the head. Definitely hitting the nail on the head. Or I struck a nerve somewhere. That's what I'm gathering. Alright. Yeah, it was a nice walk in the rain, so to speak. So I can take this one of two ways. So let's go on a little journey. This is about a high priestess in the reverse. Male or female, starts a Jezebel or warlock, someone that's dark, evil, bitter, you know, who took some swift, chaotic actions, like they FAFO'd in a nutshell. But yeah, they kind of got a lot of people on board, is what I gather, but it was over lies. So whatever lies they told is now being exposed. So this individual is in a lot of shit. They're feeling overwhelmed, very burdened, and extremely overwhelmed. You could kind of see it as like their suicidal. That's what they're feeling. I didn't want to say it because, like, if you say certain things or you say the wrong word, they want to pull you off the app. But there's somebody in that energy. I'm sensing this is the perpetrator or the catalyst of all these collaborations. Now, this is someone that's been doing this for a long time, unbeknownst to others. So I sense that whoever he or she is, they're now, people will now like go back in their mind's eye. So any other instances where this individual was involved or played a big part or was pushing a narrative, yeah. Yeah, told you, look, they're over. Yeah. Do you know what? They're not even disappointed at the fact of what they've done. They're disappointed and they feel let down. They're only regretting the fact of they've been found out. Literally. I don't get no sense of remorse. This individual has so many, how can I say, is fighting so many demons. This is someone who doesn't have any feelings at all. They may verbalize it very well to deceive whoever they're trying to deceive, but I don't. There's nothing. And I've been saying this since yesterday too. Cold. Like this is a very cold-hearted, extremely bitter, extremely hateful individual, male or female. But I do get a strong pull on female, but like I said, it can go both ways. So that also strikes me as this could be like a family unit of females that are like this, or that all have this way of thinking for whatever reason. Yeah. So they teamed up with a Emperor in reverse. So this is like a karmic parent, someone older. It could be a parent, uncle, older brother, cousin, either way. Like I said, or this could just be her shapeshifting. But either way, they made a rash decision to do something quick, without thinking, without weighing up the odds, without even a backup plan. That's completely backfired. Now they're up shit's creek without a paddle. That's what I can say. They're up shit's creek without a paddle. Yeah, I might start doing shorts actually. I was thinking about that. I might start doing shorts. It's like now it's all sinking in. That shit's messed up. So this could actually be a sibling who, for whatever reason, siblings. This depends on how it fits in whoever's story, I suppose. So, yeah. Who was fighting over stealing someone else's Ace of Cups. They've done this in the past. They tried the same stunt this time. And I said, this is a family affair. So maybe this is the family of people that this is what they do. You know, you always get like the chosen in every family or every blood, and whatever the case may be. And for whatever reason, of course, when you really do your research and look into what they have to endure and their experiences, just because it doesn't fit the parents' narrative. So basically, if God chose one child as a generational curse breaker, the parent was like, well, I don't like that. So I don't accept that. So they tried to force that spotlight on another child that wasn't divinely ordained for that purpose. Does that make any sense? But yet, though, the one that was, that's the one they've been trying to take out since they took their first breath. So that explains why the devil made sure he sent certain individuals into this person's life to take away their innocence before they reach a certain age. Allegedly. Maybe someone might be coming in with some. I can either take this one or two. I can take it as you're going to get a positive outcome, but also somebody may want to offer you something, but it's literally like a breadcrumb. And it's a night. But it depends on how it resonates in your own story, I suppose. I'm going to have to pause this a minute as well. Purely because my ears are ringing. So someone's talking about me. Hey.
If you've ever used legal aid and you still haven't checked if you could be owed compensation, listen to this.
Probably because I'm still breathing, I'm still alive, and still happy, still going.
Justice confirmed serious.
Still moving forward. So clearly this is just this is what I would. Oh shit. This is the prime example of. Sorry, this is the prime example of jealousy. Misery loves company. Because we all know that you get the black sheep of every family, but the black sheep is in actual fact a generational curse breaker. And instead of doing right by the generational curse breaker, he was sent to that bloodline to break the curses and to help them heal and raise their vibrations. These people chose to put them up for sacrifice, is what I'm getting. They just didn't like the fact of who God chose. So clearly, in hindsight, when you think about it, they didn't want to accept it. With what's played out, just confirms, number one, God exists. Number two, God made the right choice. Do you understand? He clearly made the right choice. So the high priest is in the reverse. That's bitter, narcissistic, individual female. I get a strong pull on family. So this could be sibling, half sibling, auntie, possibly even a grandmother, someone of motherly age. That's harboring a lot of deep-seated resentment. So they've been carrying this for a long time. We clearly worked with somebody, some emperor. I get like a father figure. So this could be a biological father, stepfather, granddad. There's yeah, but INCEST is involved. I think this is what they don't want people to know. But this individual here, she'll try it with anybody, is what I can see. She's the type of person that will sleep with your husband behind your back and then smile in your face and act like nothing's happened. She's literally like a Lilith spirit. Very dark. And uses her, she weaponizes femininity in the sense of she uses tears to deceive people. She's mastered that. So it's like saying this individual has been in training since she was a child. Always competing. And if she don't get her own way, she runs to daddy or mommy for help. Pure evil. Hold on a minute. Is my shit burning? Burning. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I think going so high that all of a sudden you can turn off out the blue onion. Come on. Ow. Mm-hmm. So I was literally just breaking my fast. I've not eaten for like 3 days. Today's the third day, so I have to break my fast. Yeah, so basically, this high priestess in the reverse. So this is like a father, daughter, stepdaughter, whichever way it goes, duo. Basically, sport brat, and he didn't want whoever the divine chose to be the generational curse breaker, the chosen one. He didn't like that. He didn't like the divine's choice, so to speak. So he would pit this one against the starseed, basically. But that's after they would tear this individual down. So basically, I'll just give you an example. This high priestess in the unicorn, she would be allowed to eat at a table, but then the black sheep would have to sit in the corner with a saucer. And she'd have to wait until everybody else is eating before she could eat. That's the kind of treatment that true chosen ones go through. Basically, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite sure that there was probably more family members, siblings. So what they would do is they would make out like this child is the problem child, when in actual fact, this is the child being neglected, abused, maybe even not even fed properly, if that makes any sense. Whilst this sport brat was getting everything she wants, kind of thing. So she's grown up with that mindset. So this is the one for a lot of you. You might have siblings that have been literally destroying all your relationships behind your back. Notice how you're going to see a pattern, how they only come around you to pretend like, oh, just coming to check on you, see how my sibling is. It was all a lie. They just want to know your business. You're going to find out, it's going to come out that this is the same people.
Here's a secret tip.
The same family members that was behind your back, slandering you, basically. But what they was doing is everything they was describing you as was a projection, because this girl in the reverse, she's the Jezebel. She's the Jezebel. Anybody that can target their siblings' relationship, whether it be through manipulation, she doesn't stop till she gets what she wants. She's the Lilith of Jezebels, is what I would tell you. She's always been like that. She will make sure she breaks your relationships and then has some type of intimate interaction with all your ex-partners, including baby fathers, whether you're married or not. That's what this one does. And it's not even because she actually wants them. She wants to prove a point that you don't have this strong bond or this strong relationship like you think you have. So that clearly shows me this is a very unhealed, bitter individual, very resentful. And the funny thing is what strikes me odd is this could have just stemmed from, I don't know, maybe one love of her life may have chose someone else over her all those years ago. So to make herself feel better, she's then gone out and exacted revenge on everybody in society, anybody she comes across. But she loves to target her own siblings, the one she perceives as the golden child, the one that was actually chosen by God. But at the end of the day, this is how this was meant to play out. The whole fact of the matter is, it's about recognizing the patterns, breaking generational curses, freeing your bloodline. Do you understand? So your ancestors, your past over loved ones, blood, sweat, and tears, look at what they went through. They paved the way for us. Not one of these people honor their ancestors. I had to learn to do that myself. Do you know what I mean? So I had to look into certain things. This is why certain family members lie to each other. Okay, want to keep this toxic behavior going. They want to keep this toxic cycle going because it benefits them. Do you understand? It benefits them. And some of you was put in some type of illegal experiment. You might remember being subjects to testing, even like to testing schools. I remember being in primary school, and you'd have a class full of people, but yet though they would pick a small few, maybe you and somebody else, but they did it under the guise of, oh, we're just testing you. It wasn't. These people was blatantly testing your spiritual gifts. Basically, they want to see how powerful you was at certain ages. This is why you've been monitored your whole life. You've also been attacked your whole life. I get for some of you it was unbearable. A lot of us didn't make it. A lot of us still carry a lot of heavy scars because of it. But the fact of the matter is, we're not bitter. As bad as it was, you see it as a blessing. Well, I would anyway, because I see it as I'd rather know or confirm, because I've always felt certain things, but it was always swept under the carpet, or you'd be shunned into silence or ostracized into silence. That was all part of the strategic plan, just so they could siphon energy. And this individual here at some point wanted to swap destiny. This is what happens in all families. I kid you not. Once you see the pattern of it, if you're guided to do that, if that's what your spiritual path entails, you'll find a way. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, energy knows energy. If that makes any sense. So what they do is they either mock it, downplay it, just flat out deny it, and then call you crazy. So a lot of you may have been called crazy, but it's over now. It's over. You're still moving forward, so you've literally jumped a timeline. Oh, collective. The Ten of Swords fell on the High Priestess, yeah? So that tells me, and Spirit said he's going to reveal to you who was behind all of it. We kind of knew, but we just didn't have confirmation. This is confirmation. It was your own family and your siblings. Because clearly they're the only people that know personal information about you. Do you understand? So all them times when you might have had your devices hacked, had like verbal abuse in your comment section. Yeah, they went really, really far. Listen, you see this person there, she's suffering. She's now getting the Ten of Swords. So not only is she being exposed, for some of you, this could go to court. Because I'm being honest, yeah, they've broken laws. They've committed a laundry list of crimes against you. For some of you, you got people out here that have not only stolen your identity, they've committed fraud. So maybe they presented themselves as you, and they're going to jail. They're going to jail. Not just them, there's a lot of people going to jail. Because like I said, this is a family of people that do this, that are connected to individuals in the community that are paid to help them facilitate or achieve whatever kind of outcome they're looking for. This is big. They've been doing it for a long time. Simultaneously, this is why they have to break your spiritual strength from your child. This is why you had to endure certain abuse. Now, if you've got any sense, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you know I'm not lying. It's a fact. When the devil wants to come for God's divine ones, yeah, you basically go through some type of molestation. Yeah, to break your spirit. And it has to be before you reach a certain age. You can go and research this shit, and this is why they drug you, put things in your food, even do spell work to. Of course, when you go through certain trauma, yeah, traumatic as this, to protect your vessel, your brain has a way of like either detaching or suppressing it so far that you can, just so that you can move forward, so that you can act like though it never happened. Then I'll also do spell work to kind of like withhold you from accessing these memories. But it happened in authority. For some of you, you were shown certain visions when you had your possibly first or second awakening, is what I gather. For some of you, it was really painful. For some of you, it's like it re-traumatized you, but you had the spirit team, you had God with you. I think for some of you, tell me if I'm wrong, you don't even know if you've been through it. You actually felt it. The kind of embrace that you felt, you know, it had to have only been from the divine, because you was on your own. And then the minute you started to speak out was when the attacks ramped up, basically. There's a lot of us that have had to experience this, but some of us have to be the catalyst to like break down the perpetrators. And for some of you, it's going to be hard to believe because they played the game very, very well. But now, because the way the planets are, the frequency of the planet is raising, these people have to be exposed. They have to be brought to the light. So I know it's going to be painful. So you've done the most part anyway, is what I will say. And God will never give you no more than what you can bear. But you have to also remember that every step of the way, He's with you. Do you know what I mean? So what these people perceive as, oh, they're crazy. My opinion is, what I call crazy is the shit that these people have done. That's the perfect example of crazy. And this is why this person here may be sectioned, because she's unhinged. I'm not sure if she's on some type of, what did I just hear, psychotic? She could be having a psychotic episode. She may even be diagnosed with some type of psychopathy that she's keeping hidden. She possibly stopped. I think I just heard she stopped taking her medication. You can't do that, especially when you've been taking it for so long and you just stop. It's called total loss of shock syndrome. And then you mix that with alcohol and other substances. I just hope they haven't got any children around them, to be honest with you. And it was all for them to maintain someone else's Ace of Cups. Told you. It's also that they can maintain the benefits of someone else's destiny. And it was shared amongst whoever collaborated, friends, family. But I mostly get family, so that's like saying the family hate you for no reason other than because God chose you. So they basically wanted your star. But again, the fact that you're not resentful or bitter, you might have been for a while, which is why these people was able to facilitate this narrative, because you may have been reactive. But what people are realizing now is you're only reacting to the abuse you endured. Because these people have been poking the bear. Do you know what I mean? They've been poking the bear. They've paid people to lie on you. They sent people towards you. They even sent people to attack you. Funny enough. But I'm quite sure your instincts kicked in and you twigged like something ain't right. They wanted you put on the spot too, like you felt cornered. Because one thing about me is I've never attacked anybody. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not gonna let you put your hands on me. Absolutely, and I have every right to defend myself, and I will. But with these people, because they already had their false narrative going, they wanted it going, they wanted it seen in the way that they'd narrated, basically. And that didn't happen. That might have happened in the past, like I said, because a lot of you was unhealed, and I get that. Do you understand? Once you did the work, it was a wrap. So if this same sibling is watching, incognito, I forgive you, boo-boo, but you have to take accountability for your actions, okay? Go and heal, darling. Go and heal. Because you will not be the blueprint. So yeah, and this is obviously how she's able to manipulate things. You got to think, if you have sex with someone that your sibling has slept with, that's an energetic exchange. This is why this individual is unhinged now, because she's done this so many times. She's been doing this, and they're thinking that she's one-upping people. You're not. That just shows that you're spiritually corrupt and you're spiritually infected. For some of you, she may have caught some type of infection because of her reckless actions. She doesn't want people to know, because she likes to portray this image. So I get that's what she was doing. She was swapping out, or trying to make it seem as though swapping out energies. So she wanted the chosen to look like the Jezebel, and she wanted herself to be deemed as the chosen, when she was nothing like that at all. Everything but that. And from then it just kind of escalated. Because then the more people you come into contact with, whether they were sent by these two individuals in the beginning, people will see who you are. But it's like jealousy kind of takes over. I don't understand. It's like the best way I can describe it is, these people must have been, for whatever reason, it's no judgment, they must have been at a very low vibrational state, clearly going through something or struggling with something, and just weak-spirited and weak-minded. Because I get a strong sense of a lot of these individuals, now that judgment is here, they're going through, it's like they're realizing the full extent of what they've done. They're realizing how much they've been manipulated. They're also realizing that, yeah, they was lied to, but the actions they took was extremely unjustified. And there's serious consequences for that. Judgment's been called. There's no stopping this. This is why these people try to send like some type of clone towards you. Just so that this weirdo can gain access to you. See, the minute I hit the nail on the head, they pop off. There's a lot of us going through this. What they do is they hack and clone your accounts, attach themselves to your account, or they clone it so that they can see everything you're doing. And then block any subscribers from actually coming into and viewing your live. They've been doing this for a while. Do you understand? Yeah, because you're a true Queen of Pentacles. They want to be seen like this, but the thing is, they don't emanate this energy. You got to do the work. Do you understand? You got to walk in that energy. You got to walk in that frequency. So this person thought, by seducing the chosen one's partners or ex-partners, however it's where it goes, that was her way of gaining access to the chosen one's energy, to then try and manipulate the chosen one's energy. So she thought she was some type of puppet master. Diabolical. And then you've got this father figure collaborating with this individual. You've got this father figure condoning what they're doing. Because this father figure, after to say it like it is a PDF. Do you understand? And I'm seeing that a lot as well. Women, you need to protect your kids. Don't get me wrong, there are genuine men, but I'm very strong on this view. If relationship doesn't work for whatever reasons, yeah, your main priority is to protect your child. The amount of times I am seeing stories of mothers, boyfriends that she's barely known, left them with her kids, and that man's gone on top of that child. My mother did the same thing. She fell for the same bullshit. I was the target. Do you understand? The only difference is I lived to tell the tale. And it can do a lot of damage. But these are people that kind of like, they like to traffic child energy, so to speak. Do you understand? So anybody born in the year that I was born, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Because it was talked about. But I feel that either people was given some type of incentive to stay quiet, or they stay quiet out of fear. So it is what it is. But yeah. So yeah, these people are getting it the worst, because they're the ones responsible for not only that, but turning other family members against people. They like to see people compete with each other, which is just weird. Do you understand? And then they're the ones spreading these false narratives, making even filing false reports. Like, I don't think you understand the lengths these people went to. Even paying people. They've stolen, they've hacked, filed false reports, and then paid others to do the same. Even their own kids. And now judgments here. Clarify the judgments there. What else for judgment? Yeah, told you. This is judgment for an empress in the upright. What did I tell you? So this is who the generational curse breaker is. 6 of Cups. Six of Cups. So this is what they didn't want you to have, but now you're going to live the life you should have had. Isn't it funny? Because you're going to think back and you're going to know, because, yeah, it's always the ones that you least expect. That's who you need to look at. Because I'm telling you now, it's like this father figure actually is like they've groomed this child into performing. Do you understand? To fool others. So you got to remember, this is a lifetime of doing this shit. So now you've got a lifetime of karma. You got a lifetime of karma, boo. And anybody else involved, all the other family members, it is what it is. But they were jealous anyway. Anybody that's easily swayed had their own underlying issue for whatever reason, and it is what it is. But I forgive you, I don't forgive your actions. Do you know what I mean? But in order for me to release, I have to. This is why they like to continue to attack and think that you don't know where it's coming from. Because by you staying in an energy of anger, and you have every right to be angry, don't get me wrong, because of what they did. Do you know what I mean? The fact that they would then double down and just relentlessly terrorize you, believing that you're unaware. But you've always sensed it. If you know, you know. You've always sensed it. You're fighting now, innit? Yeah. Now people are combating you because they're realizing you've been doing this for a long time. But what you fail to realize is you didn't think people was going to look at you and your background instead of just watching how you keep deflecting. So anytime anybody questioned these people, I guarantee you what they did was they would get somebody from this person's past to also back up and facilitate their lies, to stop whoever's asking the questions from asking the right questions. Ain't I right? So now you're sick. I know. You've probably had a few seizures. I know. But that's your own energy going back tenfold. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. So you are reaping what you're sowing. And it is what it is. You made your bed, you can lay in it. But the fact that you played a hand in destroying other people's lives, do you know what I'm thinking? I kind of sense for some of you, the ones that knew and just did it out of sheer spite and envy, yeah, it is what it is. But the ones that was lied to and manipulated into doing certain things, I don't know how far you went, it is what it is, but I'm just making you know you may be able to redeem yourself. But the ones that double down, it's not happening. Yeah, so there's multiple people involved in this. King of Cups in the reverse. This could be either an associate of theirs or maybe associate of hers or even another, some type of partner. Excuse me, because Cups is love, isn't it? So that's like saying they kind of rallied up anybody you've been in a relationship with or maybe people you've had kids with and got them on board with bribery. But like how judgment, no, the Wheel of Fortune has fallen on judgment, guys. That tells me judgment is still on our side. The Wheel of Fortune is up for the collective, 0 for the karmics. It is what it is. So the little tricks and the so-called traps you were setting by taking this rush decision, like rushing in to do these attacks or rushing in to spread these narratives, all the while secretly, illegally recording and surveillance someone. So not only that, I don't know what it comes to, what it consists to, like in the criminal side, but I do know you're invading people's privacy, recording people whilst they're unaware. That's illegal. Do you understand? Taking pictures of people in the comfort of their own home and then talking about it or sharing it in the group chat. Enjoy yourself, did you? Enjoy your karma. Enjoy your karma. Yeah, that's what they do. Even going as far as to try and send false lovers to try and get you to be intimate with total strangers because she wanted to be you so bad. Yet though, telling the society, oh, I'm better than them. Oh, I'm better than her. Since when was it a competition? That strikes me clearly as one-sided. So I suggest get some help. You may be sectioned. Those crocodile tears ain't fooling nobody. Evidently. We know you've stolen for it because you've done it before. That's what makes it even worse. You've done it before. So you've got form for doing this. And that will still be on record. Yeah. He was masquerading as the Queen of Pentacles. Never. He was never that. Yeah, no for. You've been stopped in your tracks. So, hopefully, the collective has some hidden helpers. Ooh, what did I say to you? So that tells me you collaborated with someone's ex-lover. I'll even go as far as to say maybe you was involved with breaking up people's relationship, because that's what you do. You've done it multiple times. And the fact that you believe that you could continue this behavior unscathed, unseen, and expecting people not to put the pieces together. For every action, there's a reaction. You know it, and so do I. What makes it worse is the people in the community know this too. This is why you're trying to stop it from getting up, because you know the minute it hits the community, they're going to know. Because you've done this before. You've done it to people in the community. It just sympathy spells. It doesn't work once you've ascended, my dear. I don't think you banked on that, but hey ho. Yeah, you didn't expect. Again, for you to have this illusion that you can dictate another person's existence. You're also responsible for the deaths of other family members, or you played a hand in it. It was a collaboration for monetary gain. And insurance money. So I think insurance fraud springs to mind. So if you have put an illegal insurance policy over someone else's name, that's fraud. And then you thought you could work to take that individual out so that you could all cash in. That was a plan, innit? Do you know what that means? It's in reverse, yeah? So that means you failed. There's no success, there's no achievement, there's no promotion, there's no level up, there's no upgrade. You're downgraded to under the jail. Whether that be spiritual jail or physical jail, you're downgraded to under the jail. Now, a few names do spring to mind. I need to put it in my other ear and I'll tell you why. This is probably why. And this is how we know that you're in the phone. I'll tell you why, because it's really funny how also, this is another thing you're going to know, that they know that you've ordered certain items. They will then either get somebody to come to where you live to wait for these said items, just to take it, just to piss you off. That's happened multiple times, and you think to yourself, how would that happen? Like, who else would know? Who else would have that kind of information? For some of you, they did it because you may have given them an old console that you might have believed you deleted everything off the phone. And what this evil little skank did, just Jezebel skank did, there's a setting on there where you can get back everything you've deleted. So this is how she was able to gain all your passwords, your email addresses, your accounts, to then go into your account and lock you out of your own account. And she enjoyed doing it because she thought you were stupid. Even when she was messing around with your exes, she thought she was one-upping you. You even did it with she even did it with some of your friends as well, out of spite. So clearly, for her to do that, whatever spiritual entity they're carrying, you're not carrying. You do know that, right? Mm-hmm. It's like nobody's off limits. Nobody's off limits with this individual. But yet she presents a totally different image. She's even done it to her own siblings also. She did it to a sibling that I believe is a year younger than her. And then she did it to another half sister that's older than her with her brother. She stops at nothing. In fact, I can say she'll go for a whole family tree. Yeah. Males and females. She don't mind. As long as she believes she can get a level up. And then when you don't want to participate no more, what do you think she does next? Blackmail. I know. And it's the same, told you, this is the truth. And then the same family members, like birds of a feather flock together, that all think the same. They've been the ones enabling this and shielding her, him or her. Because for different people, it'll be different. They've been shielding and enabling her. This is why she's got, her ego is super inflated. And now your reign of terror is over. The fact that you say that you love your family, but yet though, you deliberately try to seduce your siblings' partners. You always like to get them drunk, or offer them something to eat. This is what I would say to you. If this individual ever offers you food or drink, don't take it. Do not take it. Because 9 times out of 10, she spiked you with something. Especially if you rejected advances in the first place. She'll go back to the drawing board. Maybe have a conversation with this father. Get his opinion. Or ask him to help her facilitate whatever her dirty plans is. Yeah. That's what you call tag team. And this same father figure will actually lie for her. So he's the reason why she's not in jail. She should have been in jail a long time ago. It's going to come out. She may have even tried to inappropriately touch the son of the collective. Because there was some inappropriate behavior with the collective's friend that this same person was around. She has a brother, and her brother has like a son. I could name names. Yeah. They all collaborated. And they all collaborated to also push this shit under the rug or hide this information or destroy it in some way, shape, or form. I told you already. Don't let me go back to 1992. Okay? Get that to you just getting powerful and powerful every day. That's what they didn't bank on. The minute you realize that you didn't need the approval of these individuals and you took back your power, the day was over. The minute you took back your power and chose to just not have any contact, it became apparent who was fueling these individuals the whole time. And it was never them. It was always the collective. You was literally like the battery that they was all plugging into. Do you understand? So by continually lying to you and never telling you the truth, it's like they wanted to keep you in this karmic loop of confusion. When at the same time, torturing and abusing you, mocking and laughing at you. The ultimate goal was to take you out. They were hoping you was going to take yourself out. This is what the collaboration was about. So it seems like they paid someone to ghost you or leave you hanging with no closure. Yeah, this is why you're coming out of hermit. You was in hermit mode, you're coming out of hermit mode. That's what they didn't realize, you was healing. So they thought by you going quiet, it meant that in their little illogical mind, they just assumed that they'd won. No, boo-boo. Because my collective is healed and balanced. Now, if you had any connection with the creator, you would have known. But you chose the connection with the devil. And that's fine, that's your choice. It is what it is. Nobody really cares, and it's your free will. But the fact that you cannot, this is what I find bizarre. You're angry because we don't want to have any communication with any of you kind of people because you're toxic. There's nothing healed about you. There's no growth. But yet, though, you've watched the collective in the last, 5-6 years. When the tiny was discarded, left broken, damaged, betrayed, done dirty, stolen from, compliments of the high priestess in the reverse. But you got to remember, the empress trumps the high priestess. Okay? Thank you. Clock that to you. Oh my days. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Out again. Confirmation. Hello? Confirmation. It's confirmation. That's what I want to do. It's confirmation. That's all I want from you. That's you joking. But yeah, that's twice this come out, and then 2 decks of that's come out in the Ace of Swords. That's the truth. And that's what they didn't want coming out because they knew. You see, when you use your gifts for good, it radiates at a certain frequency. Do you understand? That shifts the energy. It shifts things on the planet. That's what you're not realizing. Do you understand? The first should be last and the last is first. But yeah, it is what it is. It's out. Shit's out. Truth is out. So this explains why, funny enough, it's like they all had worked out what family members they wanted gone because they had this and that gift, because they had certain assets, or because they had that type of spiritual ranking. It was all collaborating with that. What you didn't bank on was you don't get to say where that loved one or who that loved one's gifts go to. You don't get to choose that. The only person that has that authority is the creator. But you just assumed because the devil gave you everything you desired at a click of a finger, you really thought he has the overall say? I don't think so. Because look now. And he ain't your friend. You got to remember, it doesn't matter how much you dress up, the fact of the matter is, yeah, everybody has their own free will. So there's nothing you can use as an excuse. Look at that. We know who we are. So we embrace our, you got to go back into like your, you know, like when you was a child and you had those like daydreaming moments, dreams and aspiration. We still have that childlike youthful energy. I don't know about these karmics though, because let's just say they can't siphon energy no more. And I'm quite sure, yeah, the creator said he's going to reveal them in their true form. Now that sounds frightening. I can only imagine. Well, how can I describe it? It's like, okay. It's like laying down with Angela Bassett, yeah? And waking up with the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'll say it again. It's like laying down with Angela Bassett at night, okay? And waking up and you turn over and you see the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah. It's like your wig's being peeled back. So whatever it was you was doing, collective, you've completed it. So it doesn't matter how it appears or how they've tried to make you perceive things or whatever illusions that they're putting out there. Just know, number one, the creator doesn't make the mistakes and the creator doesn't lie. There's a big difference. The devil's a liar. In fact, look at that Empress again. They wanted you to feel like you don't fit in or you're not good enough. No, boo-boo, you're more than good enough. Oh, it's funny how the Five of Pentacles landed on the Knight of Swords, yeah? So this is the punishment for them stupid actions. Those rush, chaotic actions you took not only expose you, it put your ass in the Five of Pentacles. It's put you in poverty. And then if anybody helps you, guess what? They said that would be the same fate. This is why I say you can't help any and anybody. Because some of these people out here are not going to tell you they're receiving karma or judgment for something that they did. Do you understand? So that's a lesson that they have to go through. So by you helping them, that's like basically saying you're co-signing the fact that you want to share that karma with these individuals. This is what they've been doing to people to evade judgment. Do you understand? And swapping out people's energy. How do I know this? Because they've done that to me. Do you understand? And I'm wondering to myself, hold on a minute. This is why this evil little sibling here, she needs locking up. Can anyone get other siblings to help and collaborate to try and make you feel bad to pull on your heartstrings for shit they did? Make that make sense. Just to get you to help them, knowing the implications of what they're doing. Do you understand? She just needs that one interaction to project all her karma onto you and to steal your good energy because you chose to help your karmic ass family. It's over. I'm just here to just narrate it in a way where people understand. Yeah, look at that. A Natural Justice Collective. To walk off into your wish fulfillment. To walk off into your happiness. Emotional and material happiness, fulfillment. You should have been there a few lifetimes ago, had it not been for these people strategically working. And when they couldn't get access to you, they was getting access to you through the means of others. This is why they always want to be intimate with anybody you've been with. Disgusting. And now they're paying the price. What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. As within, so without. And that's how that goes. Those that know. That's what they don't want people to know. So that way, if they keep this kind of information for people, they can continue going through life, deceiving people and burdening others with their karma. No. I'm sick of seeing it. So I'm going to speak on it. Yeah. Do you know what Pharaoh Souls is? Deceit, hidden agenda, unfair dealings, whistleblowing, exposing shit. That's my birthright. My birthright. Yeah. 7 of Wands mean you have to defend your position. They didn't bank on that the Most High will put you up on game on how to defend yourself. We don't wrestle with flesh and blood. We fight against powers and principalities. Spiritual warfare. So considering these people had the head start, we still buried their ass. How about that? It's in our DNA. Combat is in our DNA. It just needed to be activated. And that's what God did at the right time. He activated that shit because he knew he needed to make these people learn a lesson in a way where they'd have no choice but to change their life. But at the same time, expose every single one of them. Because now you're all out there playing throw who under the bus to save yourself. Every last man for himself. I know. Every man for himself. I know. Yeah. Now they're out there penny pinching. People are not so given now. They're not stupid. They wisened up. They kind of put two and two together and realized, like, yo. The minute I done any of these individuals a favor, my whole life flew up in like 24 hours. Yeah. That's called energy transfer. That's called them pushing their karma onto you. And because you gave them that favor, it's like, basically, you co-signed that shit. That's what they're not going to tell you. So they can then come back later on down the line and do the same shit over and over and over and over again. because they think you're dumb. That's why. Just call judgment and call back your power. Don't be so quick to help these people. They've been playing you like a fiddle for far too long. Do you understand? They manipulated you into misdirected anger. And it should have been at them, not at the collective. Do you understand? So I'm telling you, see this conflict? You better buckle up. Because this can be war. And these people are going to be pissed. Once they know the magnitude of what you people have done, once they know that how you've done it, they're then going to think to themselves, hold on a minute. I've known this man, what, 30, 40 years? Okay. So then think about it. Anytime you're going to go back and be like, hold a minute. Anytime I help this individual, my life fell apart. I lost my job. I was put in debt. I almost lost my life. Look at the ones closest to you. Oh, I would never do that. Oh, you can listen. You don't have to verbalize who you are. You'll be able to see it in their actions, and I need you to prove it. Anybody who's got to verbalize, you can trust me, or verbalize, I would never do that. Prime suspect, I'm telling you. That's like practiced reverse psychology at its finest, is what I will say. Do you understand? I'm unleashing today. Let's not get started on the other family members that they took out. In the same manner, mind. Because with these people, they use the same MO. Or because they're not an earth angel. That's what the real problem is, because they're not an earth angel. That's what the issue was. But you got to remember, had they submitted to the divine and done the work and paid off their karmic judgment, they could have maybe leveled up to this plateau, but they didn't want to. Do you understand? They wanted to steal it like a thief in the night. Who else does that? Who moves like that? Who moves like that? The devil. So yeah, they don't want you in your King of Pentacles energy. Now you're on fire, collective. Now you're in the energy of creativity. So you are vibrating on this frequency. You don't chase, you call it into, so you attract it. This is why these people are trying to have you at an imbalance, so that you was unable to manifest what you need. But simultaneously, these people are trying to do spell work to steal what belongs to you, what's rightfully yours, what has your name on it, your spiritual signature. And now they want to come in with some breadcrumb. Keep your breadcrumb. Keep your breadcrumb. You're going to need that for your commissary in jail. Keep your breadcrumb. Is this like your last ditch attempt to set up the collective? It now go, sir. You should have known. Hell got no fury until you try and play with the chosen one. An awakened one at that? Psh. Know what we had to overdraw, and you just thought, oh no, we just add to it and add to it and add to it. Yeah, just break. No, bitch, we rejuvenate. Unbreakable and irreplaceable. Whereas you got to rest for like a month, couple of days tops, maybe even 24 hours. You know that too. This is why you did the things you did. This is why you kept in the center distractions. Do you understand? To keep us from our own divine inheritance. You're a disgrace. have the audacity to try and come off with the guys of, oh, but we're family. No, the only family I got are in spirit and the creator. That's my family. My soul tribe's on the way. We might share a texture of the same bloodline, which I doubt that. We might share the same surname, but we're definitely not family. Definitely not family. And this is the same sibling that, if you want to learn about being family, but yet, Joe, you try to harm your own nephews and nieces. So what makes you think that your children should be safe? Yeah. So you continue to hide incognito on fake accounts. It doesn't evade you from karma, boo-boo. It just means that the collective get a front row seat. And the fact that we know, that's burning you even more than what you did. Is the fact that we know. I can sense it. And I'll tell you why. Because when you project, it's literally like it was burning a hole in your mind. You can't sleep at night. Some of you have an anxiety that you're trying to project. And it's like every time you pop back up, you have a panic attack. I know. We can sense the residuals of it. What will you return it to? I may it rest with you. Null and void. It's not our energy. So why should it stick to us? It makes no sense. Look at that. What's of course on the bottom? Ace of Wands. Something you're never going to see. But I get that could be another part of your punishment. But that's a punishment that you're choosing selectively, because considering you say that you despise the collective, this, that, and the third, it's like you can't stop watching us. It's like you're addicted to watching us. Let me get some more tea out, because then I remember I got to file these reports to the environmental health. And it's funny how this is how you know that clearly people in this block is doing the same thing. So everybody's a paid stalker. I was having a conversation yesterday about the noise and then the threats of the person above me and what he does. Really funny how all of a sudden, he must have been listening, I'll tell you why. Because number one, he didn't do it again. But yet though, he just changed the timing and he did it. Do you know what I mean? He's moving correct now. So clearly, it can be one of two things. Either he's listening through his floor or he's watching me live. When I go live, he's obviously subscribed to me, watch me. Oh, that's how else would you know? I made it very clear. I ain't sugarcoating shit. Do you understand? Look at that. There's going to be legal consequences for a cyberbully. Oh, yeah. Who's out there kissing ass? Give me something from the what's the tea expert before we close this out. Don't worry, I've got my add-ons coming. I've got them coming. But yes, clearly, so it's clear that it's evident that they're stalking and they're listening. So who's really the one with the problem? Mm-hmm. Do the maths, innit? All right, Spirit, what's in and what's the tea? Good, bad, or indifferent? What's going on in Karmicville, Spirit? What is the judgment of these karmics and these karmic siblings and these PDF rental figures? Is somebody in Spain watching us? Okay. Somebody in Spain watching us. No, this is how you know you're on fire. It came out again. Told you. Facing court matters, paperwork and delays, dealing with authority. They're trying to avoid this. You can't. Because whoever was helping you before, I'm assuming they found the truth out too. And they realized the repercussions because of the position they hold. I know. But hey, yeah, so somebody has been, so you've been, and I bet what you've been doing is like screenshotting and recording you, then trying to use some type of AI to fit the narrative that they're trying to put. You think these people are stupid? You think they can't see through AI or something that's been edited? We know what that is. Because they're bankrupt. These people, man. What did I say to you? So this tells me that there's someone out there fake flexing, yeah, but yet though, everything you was fake flexing with is what you stole from other people. So how is that? How does that make you respectful when you're just a cyberbully? So not only that, you've been stealing from people's accounts. You've been stealing from this because you're a spiritual hater. So if you're a spiritual hater, does that tell me that you're either an atheist or you're a devil worker? Must be, innit? Told you, what did I say to you? Some of you people should not have children. Some of you people should not have children. And that's who I really feel sorry for. Because they're going to get the backlash of your actions. They're the ones that's going to suffer. Why? Just because of your ego. People like you, there need to be a study on individuals that behave the way you do. You've had the people's kids taken away with your lies and slander, yeah? Same thing I said. That's how you know it's family. Copycats. And the new supply of the covert narc. Your antics are all played out. At this point, it's like it's a joke. I knew it. You are functioning addicts, but yet though you wanna bring the collective's past of addiction like that's who they are today. I can do a drug test any day of the week. Can you guys say the same? I doubt that. Exactly. These are just people that just run off of pure lies with no evidence. So that's like telling me they know who to go and spread these lies to. Other individuals that are low vibrational and thick as F like them, clearly. Someone's been exposed as a wolf in sheep's clothing. They've always been a wolf in sheep's clothing. A lot more than not. Yeah. So like again, this is someone that was using lustful energy to get what they want. This could be the karmic sibling or the father figure or the ex or the third party. They all intermingled. They're all like two peas in a pod. Yeah. They can no longer give someone money. So you're giving money from people's assets that you've stolen. May that make sense? Or you might have put yourself in some type of fake fraudulent power of attorney. Yet though the person that you so-called meant to be looking after have not seen a penny because you're letting your Jezebel suck it out of you. Yeah, because you like to party. You know what I mean by party, innit? Any holes a go, those sex parties. Yeah. You travel to do all this shit too. Nasty. Because you know, when you do it too much in where you live, people's going to see you. Maybe you have. And because of all the disease you're carrying, you got to go outside of where you live, where nobody knows your name. And they ain't glad that you came. You want to be where people can see you are just the same. You want to be where nobody knows your name. I don't know why Spirit gave me that one. Yeah, she's trying to go where nobody knows you. Because you're running and hiding from something. Someone's trying to move. Are you going to be moving? You got this sibling out of bawling. How can you be crying over someone that you tried to kill? May that make sense? When you've been out here impersonating your own sibling. You need help. You tried to steal your own sibling's identity. Let's be for real. Let's not sugarcoat this anymore. Do you understand? And then you said, I know what, let's get the X involved. So then this X Warlock and his Jezebel, they're also trying to impersonate this Earth Angel's characteristics. So between all of you, yeah, did you all use her identity? Or was it you just all collaborated with smearing this person's name with no evidence? Okay. Yeah. We know you took a dirty offer. There's no news there, boo-boo. You made your bed, you can lay in it. So you're trying to reach out or get back into the energy of the collective to try and use the collective to help you evade your karma. Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Does that make any sense? Yeah, thank you. We're uninterested, so if you know it's good for you, stay the hell away from us. People like you, same shit, different day. And the worst thing is, some of you people are old as shit. You are old. So how you doing running up and down with a 20 plus year old person? Oh, I know. Because you siphon her energy to continue having a little bit of youth. But most of you's incompetent anyway. Okay. Yeah, you're just a bunch of groupies. Nasty bunch of groupies. And I'm going to say it again. You can dig dirt on a collective all you like. Because the only thing you can do is fabricate information. Because we ain't doing shit. We know we've already been illegally investigated. And they found nothing. Now they're looking at you. Because they're thinking to themselves, why are these people going so hard? So you've been out there trying to set us up. So if that was the case, and we was engaging in the same shit you was engaging in, don't you think they would have known by now? Instead of you expecting people to believe your lies. Tell your lies, tell your sweet little lies. Keep telling those lies, tell those lies. Oh, no, you can't disguise those dirty lies, dirty lies. Keep going, impersonators. You will never be the blueprint. So continue to dirt dig. You're worried about secrets of, you don't have any secrets, dummy. Worry about those little heinous things you was doing that your third parties are blackmailing you over. How about that? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You don't want to talk about that now, do you? Didn't think so. Didn't think so. You're trying to run away you're trying to run away from your burdens. You're trying to run away from your judgment. Not gonna work. Because all we're interested in is continuing on our path. Do you understand? Staying steadfast. Really, you can cheat. That's another thing as well. What makes you think you can do divination on somebody else? You don't have consent. You don't have consent to do divination on somebody you're trying to harm. We rebuke that and we renounce that. And the next time you do that shit, I hope it blows up in your face. Well, because you got a bad reputation through what you did, not us. Yeah, we're going to stay hustling in our boss daddy energy. Yes, collective. Stay in your boss daddy energy. We don't care about you people. So, you see the fake apologies you're trying to come with? Keep them. How about you keep those fake apologies and explain that to your children while you have to explain to them why their parent has to go to jail? Or why as a parent you just humiliated and ruin the lives of your own kids out of your own greed and ego. Start there. Because all this focusing on the collective is going unnoticed. We don't care. Focus on what matters. So yeah. But that's what they've been up to anyway. It's just sad that your biggest haters and your biggest attackers is your own karmic family or ex-family and half siblings. Quite glad. It's like the minute they took out certain other family members, they probably thought they was on top of the world. I could imagine. And there's an auntie, granddad, mother, grandmother. And then you really think you was going to take out the chosen? Nah. You ain't got no sense. You got to remember, we carry the DNA of all of them. All of that warrior spirit. That clearly you don't have. Because if you did, you would never be acting like this, would you? But yeah. Is it still raining? Hold on. Oh no, it stopped, so I can jump on my scooter and go to the shops. No, it's not good to ride in the rain, I'm not going to lie. Or on grass. But yeah, and we know you've been trying to do Verica magic to try and make us have an accident. You know that's coming back to you, right? Yeah, it's coming back to you. You should never have sent it out in the first place, but people like you don't learn, innit? But man, I would say who don't hear will feel. And you're definitely feeling, because, yeah. But let that be a lesson learned, innit? But then again, people like you don't learn your lessons, so there's not really much we can say about that one. The fact that we had to learn lessons Not gonna lie, I may not have asked for these lessons, but I'm grateful and I appreciate the lessons. I don't need to relive any lessons. Do you understand? So trying to force people to bend to your dirty, sadistic, lustful, disease-ridden will? Hell no. You'd be better off jumping in the sea with that one, or the sewer, whichever one takes your fancy. But a collective, And our survey says, So yeah. You know what's funny? I think it's worse the way that they're so cowardly that they think they can single out one individual. Don't judge a book by its cover. And that was your downfall. And I get kind of used to it after a while, but it still doesn't make it okay. It's not okay. You believe you've known someone purely because your only memory is that broken, unhealed version of that individual. This is the version that you will never have the courtesy of being there. So if the nearest you can get to this evolved version of the collective is by stalking us on fake accounts, eat your heart out. It's not going to stop us, regardless. Do you understand? It's been a long time coming. You just didn't like the fact of we had the strength and the courage to push through. Instead of surrounding ourselves with other people that enable their behavior that are in the same mindset as you, didn't want to grow or evolve, but you think you have the right to terrorize someone that is growing and evolving just to steal their power from them. Make that make sense? Because some of you are men. So that just shows how cowardly and weak you are. And I will never, as long as I'm breathing air, respect any male on that level that can do those type of dumb shit. I don't give a damn if you are my so-called stepfather. It means nothing. Do you understand? You killed yourself the minute you thought you could betray me as a child and do the disgusting things you did. You know exactly what you did. And the fact that you weaponized your skin color to avoid justice, I'm getting justice now. And you're getting karma now. And I'm okay with that. Life is still beautiful. I'm right where I need to be, and that's what that matters. So, just heed the warning. Do you understand? It's not going to fly. So, regardless if you want to keep blocking and attacking my platforms, I don't care. You're never going to shut me up. Not while I'm breathing air. Okay? So, enjoy it while it lasts.